Hi students, today we are going to learn the balance portion of our chapter Walls Tell Stories. Walls Tell Stories. Okay, in this chapter we learn about historical periods, about historical periods. Okay, so what all things we learn in the previous class? Yes, we learn about a historical fort, that is Golconda Fort. That is Golconda Fort. So in this the peculiarity, so many historical things are present inside the fort. Inside the fort. Today it is our very it is a part of witness of in the ancient period, about the ancient period. Okay, so in this lesson we discussed about in the ancient, during the Golconda fort, that means during the period of Aurangzeb, there is no electricity, there is no any modern facilities are not available during that period. So in that time, the peoples, how the peoples live. Then some new some things are also present inside the fort, like bastions, then huge cannons, etc. were present inside the fort. So for what purposes? For what purpose the ancient people use these bastions, then round walls, etc. were used. We know that from this, through this lesson, we can understand the walls, the thick walls are made up of for getting safe from enemies, safe from enemies. Okay, and also the bastions also used for finding from which directions the enemy is coming to attack the fort, Okay, so this slide, and also some water arrangements, water fountains. Nowadays we know that in all around house we can see that water fountains, electricity, etc. where then the pipes through our walls, then we get water from the tap itself. Okay, so like that in the ancient times there is also a pipe, there is also plumbing facilities are also present, and also some water fountains are also present. How these water fountains, then plumbing, like the water is going through some pipes in those days, then they make pipes with the help of clay soil. They make pipe with the clay, and also in the pictures given in our textbook we can analyze that some clay pipes are also present. Through these clay pipes they allow water to get everywhere in that fort. And also we can see some water fountains also there. These water fountains also working in that days. And also some huge tunnels are also present there. We know that there is no, in that time there is no electricity and there is no telephone, etc. for communication. We know that the importance of telephone. The telephone is used for communicate with a person from one place to a large distances. Okay, so in that times there is no telephone, and so how they can convey their messages or convey their sounds from to a small distances. So some huge tunnels are made to connect with the two palaces or with the two buildings. So if a person is asking or singing or talking anything inside the tunnel, the person standing out other side of the tunnel can hear the sound of the person at the other end. So through echo they can communicate sounds. And also nowadays the present generations have an ability to destroy something, and also they have a misuse they misuse their some public properties. Like this, in the Golconda Fort, there is an historical rocks rocks etc. are present. So peoples, the tourists write their names on that rocks. Due to this, the historical values or importance are get destroyed. Okay, today we are going to learn about close your eyes and go back in the time. Then if we close our eyes and if we think we are living in ancient times, how we can live in the ancient times. So all of you listen here. Imagine that you are in those days when there was a busy town inside Golconda. If we imagine in those days, during the ancient times, there is a busy town where inside Golconda. Think about the questions given below and discuss in our online classes. Okay, so through online classes we should discuss first of all we should think we are living those days. So consider the Golconda, inside the Golconda there is a busy town present. So first question, what is the Sultan doing in the palace? What is the Sultan doing in the palace? We know that the Sultan, the head of the palace, holding a meeting with his ministers. He holding a meeting with his ministers. Okay. Next one, what kind of clothes is he wearing during the period? What kind of clothes he wearing? Traditional dresses. He wear traditional dress like crown is present. Then expensive jewels are also he wear, and also their dressings are also like a king etc. They wear. Then so many bangles, then their chappals etc., their crown etc. are very expensive. They wear all these things during in that time. Okay, next, what dishes are being offered to him? What dishes are being offered to him? Yes, we know that they like rich foods like fruits, then vegetables. All healthy foods are included. Healthy foods are offered to him. If we first of all we should think that we are in those days. What all things we do? First, if we think that the Golconda, inside the Golconda there is a busy town present. So what was the Sultan doing in the palace? Yes, holding a meeting with his ministers. Then what kind of cloth he is wearing? He is wearing traditional dress, wearing crown, then so many ornaments like gold, diamonds, then etc. like jewels are there. Then what dishes are being offered to him? We offered drinks and sweets, so many soft drinks, sweets, and all healthy foods we offer. Then why does he seem so worried? Why always the Sultan is worried? Because he always think about the possible attack from the enemies. From the enemies. Then, and in what language is he talking? Persian language. Which language? Persian language. Which language? Persian language. Then he wear which type of dress? Traditional dress. Traditional dress. He wear traditional dress. Then soft drinks, sweets, and all healthy foods. Healthy foods we offer. Then through this we get an idea about ancient times, about the food habits, clothes, etc. About the about the ancient period. We know that during ancient times they speak Persian, they wear traditional dresses, they eat soft, they drink soft drinks, eat sweets, then all healthy food they eat. Okay, then imagine the rooms in the palace, the beautiful carpets and curtains, the fountains on the terrace and the sweet smell of roses and chameli. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? Yes, we know that the beautiful carpets and curtains, fountains on the terrace and the sweet smell of roses and chameli. Where is this coming from? We know that in front of the fort there is a beautiful garden is present. So many beautiful flowers are present. So the fragrances of flowers are very nice. So these smell of roses and chameli is coming from the garden. What are the different kinds of factories you can see? How many people are working there? What are they doing? What are they wearing? How long do you think they work? And then what are the different kinds of factories you can see? We know that there is different kinds of factories are present for making some people are making with clays, some are making clothes, some are making jewels, etc. Like, so how many people are working there? Oh, each factory contains around 30 people working. Then what are they doing? They made utensils, clothes, jewels, etc. Then what are they wearing? They wear sari, then they wear dhoti or coat, etc. like that. How long do you think they work? They work until they are in old age. Then look there, see how finely those craftsmen are carving the stones using a chisel and hammer. Then can you see the stone dust in the air? Do you think this stone dust would harm them in some way? We know that if we know that some craftsmen or carpenter work with work with the woods, then they make beautiful carvings with their tools like a chisel and a hammer. At that time, the many fine polluted particles are coming from that woods. So at that time, the dust would harm them in some way? Yes. No, they have there is no harmful fine particles are. We know that there is a harmful fine particles present present during the time of crafting. So at that time they wrap their mouth, wrapped a cloth around their nose and mouth for avoiding harmful fine particles coming from the crafting. Then next one, going to the museum. After seeing Golconda, the children also went to a museum in Hyderabad. There is a museum is present. Many old items are kept there. Many things were found when the place around Golconda. Then after seeing Golconda Fort, they were going to visit a museum in Hyderabad. Then many old items are kept there. Many things were found when the place around Golconda was dug, like pots, jewelry, swords, etc. The museum contains things like pots. Pots they were used. Then jewelry items. Then swords are also etc. were present. At that time, then here some pictures are given at the museum. Objects recovered during debris clearance at Golconda. From Golconda Fort get these items like pots, jewels, then swords, etc. where get from where Golconda Fort. Then at that time Shailaja said that, oh, why are these broken pieces of pots kept in the almara? See that small plate made of bronze. That blue piece seems to be made of ceramic. Okay, so at that time she noticed that in that almara there is a plate made of bronze. That is, there is a plate made of what? Bronze. There is a plate made of bronze. Then there is a pot made of ceramic. Ceramic means clay. Made of clay. Okay. Then it is through all these things that we come to know how people of those times lived, what they used and what things they made. If all these would not have been kept here, how would you know so much about those times? Here, from these pieces of old things like pot pieces, jewelry pieces, forts, like a plate made of bronze pieces, a blue pieces made of ceramic plate. Through these pieces of ancient things, through this we can analyze that which type of materials, which type of utensils they used in during that time. Then dear children, you should ask your elders or your grandparents about old times. Then that would help you to develop understanding of history. In during that period, which type of vessels or utensils are used, which type of ornaments are used, which type of clothes are used, which type of food materials are they used, etc. Where understand through our grandparents and elders. Okay, next some questions are given. What kinds of pots have you seen around you? What kinds of pots have you seen around you? We know that we can see some of the pots like mud, steel, iron, brass, aluminium, bronze, glass, copper and paper. So we can see which type of pots around us. We can see, yes, first of all mud, then steel, copper, then bronze, then aluminium, then iron, brass, glass, etc. These types of pots we can see around us. Try to find out from your grandparents about the other kinds of pots and pans they used in their times. During our grandparents' times, they used pot of brass. They use pot of brass, then pot of copper, then brass clay were very nice and heavy. The pot of brass and clay. They were used, the pot of brass and clay. They are very nice and also they are heavy. Nice and heavy. These pots are nice and heavy. Pots of brass and clay were used by our grandparents. Have you ever been to some museum or heard about it? What all things are there in a museum? What all things are present in a museum? We know that in a museum there is, and the things present there are antiques. Then historical importance, things of historical importance. Antiques, important historical things. Important historical things, then weapons, utensils, etc. were found. Have you ever been to some museum or heard about it? Yes, we know that our museum, there is in Trivandrum, there is a museum present, and also what all things are there in a museum? We know that antiques. Antiques includes all the historical things includes in antiques, and also important historical things like weapons, utensils, sword, pots, jewellery, etc. were present inside a museum. Here a survey and survey is given. First, is there any old building or monument near your house which people come to see? If yes, name it. If children listen, here is a survey given. Is there any old building or monument near your house? If an old building or monument present near your house, write the name of that old building or monument in the textbook. Then have you ever gone to see an old monument? Have you ever gone to see an old monument? Yes. Yes or no? Right there. Then which was that? The name of that monument or old building. Did you feel it told you a story? That if we see that old building or a monument, it gives us a story. Then what could you know about those times from it? Then what could you know about those times from it? We know that if we see an old building or an old building or a monument from some materials present in that monuments can give us some ideas or information about that building or monuments. Okay, some beautiful carvings are present, some pictures, some weapons, pictures of the weapons, then pictures of some kings or the soldiers, etc. were present in that monuments. Will help us to give information about the monument. Then how old was it? How did you know? Then if you find a monument or an old building, then write it how old was it? How did you know? How did you know? If we know that monument from our grandparents, right here from our grandparents. What was it made of? It was made of some, we know that the old buildings and monuments are made up of what? Huge rocks. Then what was it made of? What color was it? Then were there any special kind of designs on the old buildings? Draw them in your notebook. Then who used to live there in the olden days? What kind of activities took place there? Do some people still live there? These all things you write here. Okay. Then these, if we write these things with the help of some excavated things, books, records, and ledgers or pictures, maps, getting from the old buildings or monuments. Next, make your own museum. Make your own museum. We know that museum contains antiques, all antiques and all the important historical things are present in their museum. Here there is a picture found in museum is given. All of you listen. Rajini teaches in a government school in Malappuram district in Kerala. Rajini teaches in a government school in Malappuram district in Kerala. Together with the children of her class, she has collected many old things from all the houses. What did she do? Yes, she collects many old things from all the houses with the children of her class. Like old walking sticks, logs, umbrellas, wooden slippers, pots, jewellery, swords, then pieces of pots, etc. were collected from all the houses with the children. They also saw what these things look like today. Rajini and the children put up an exhibition. What they do? Yes, they put up an exhibition. Which people from the neighborhood came to see. You could also do this. So here what Rajini do? Rajini teaches in a government school in Malappuram. district in Kerala. With the help of teacher and her children, collect all the old things from all the houses and make an exhibition. At that time, exhibition, people came from neighborhood and they're showing their antiques collections. Look at the painting and tell. Here we can see a painting. Then this painting is 500 years old. How many years old? Yes, 500 years old. It shows Agra Fort being constructed. This figure indicates or shows Agra Fort being constructed at the time of the construction of Agra Fort. What kinds of work are people doing? They all doing with all the works are doing by people. There is no need of there is no any help for any machine help. All the works are done by people itself. How many men and women are working? So many men and women are working for the construction of Agra Fort. See how they are taking the huge pillar. By tying with a rope and pushing by some more than 10 people's taking the pillar without any help of any machines. Then is it easier to lift a heavy thing straight up? No, it is very difficult to straight up a heavy thing. Then were you able to see the man carrying water in a leather bag? No, we know that in that time they carry water in a leather bag. So from this figure also we can analyze the work of men and women in those years during the construction of Agra Fort. That painting has 500 years old. So from that paintings we can understand how the people working during that time, which are how the facilities present in that time. Then there is no machines, there is no any help from others. The whole work are done by people itself. And some questions are here. What we have learned. Sangeeta thinks it is useless to keep old things in a museum. How would you convince her that it is important to have a museum? Sangeeta, do you agree with the statement of Sangeeta? No. Museum is very important for our country, because the museum give us the previous knowledge of previous people's information, or give information about our ancient times, and also we can understand all the things used during the ancient times, and developments. We can understand what all developments are put forward by the development of peoples. Then why do you think the chapter is named Walls Tell Stories? Why do you think the chapter is named Walls Tell Stories? This chapter is about historical structures. This chapter is about historical structures which had been witnessed to their times. So the historical structures are witnessed witnessed to their times. So it tell about people, art, culture, craft, technology, and events of the historical period. So it is the name Walls Tell Stories for our lesson. Here, so why do you think the chapter is named Walls Tell Stories? This chapter is about historical structures. This chapter is about historical structures which had been witnessed to the historical times. So it is, and also it tells us about the people or historical people. People lived in historical times, then art, and then culture, then craft, technology, and events of the historical period. So the name Walls Tell Stories is very apt for our lesson. So this lesson tells us about the historical structures of during that period. So in this, what are things we learn in this lesson? We learn about a fort. We learn about history. We learn about history, and we learn about the importance of museum, and also in the historical monuments, how the historical monuments help us to understand the information about history. Then from in this lesson we discussed about the fort, that is Golconda. So this fort gives us more information about the people lived in that fort, and also the idea more about the idea of people during that time, and also about the weapons, then water fountains, then tunnels, then map, etc. where help us to understand about the fort, and also the during that time, the Aurangzeb and their team attacked by the fort, and also they use a huge gun, that is cannon, that is also present in the fort. It is also a historical thing. So that historical thing gives us a story about Aurangzeb. Then we know about the utensils or the vessels used by the people during that time. They were used vessels or pots of bronze or clay, and also they use clay pipes for allowing or for passing water to everywhere inside the fort. Then there was no telephone during that time. Then they used huge tunnels for transferring their informations to one person to another to a large distances. They speak inside the tunnel from one end. Then the man who's stand at the other end of the tunnel can hear the sound of the person at the opposite end. And also they make more arrangements for understanding, for finding the attack of enemies from any side. They made so many bastions in the walls of fort, etc. where we learn in this lesson. And also then we learn about the importance of museum. Museum is very helpful for the new generation to understand about the historical times that museum gives us about art, culture, craft, technology, etc. were used by the people who lived in the ancient times. So children, our lesson is over. So all of you read your text more and more times. It's a very simple lesson. This lesson indicates about history. So this name of our lesson, Walls Tell Stories. This also gives us a information about the history. So after writing your notes, take a photo and send it to me. Okay children, thank you.